ladies and gentlemen, Kirk Herbstreit. How you doing?
How we doing?
Hey, life is good. How are you doing?
Just
You look,
another ho-hum Friday, right?
yeah, just ho-hum, I guess. You know, it's our preseason slate. We got another one tonight. Hey, we got another full slate of games this evening. Now, we're not picking anything to team ride alongside. We didn't really like any of the players to potentially put our 2-0.
Sure.
2-0 record right now on DraftKings bet.
Undefeated.
We didn't
Just saying.
No,
Just
no big deal. But yeah, it's a great Friday, Herbie. Thank you for joining us. You look fantastic.
Glad to be with you guys. How's everything going? I mean, you and I have been talking about the album coming out. I mean, this is midnight. I was up late. Saw the text going out. That's exciting. I know you talked about it in the opening segment about the writing. Not an easy thing to do. You've been down here in Nashville recording and put a lot of time in this. I know.
Well,
over
thank
the years,
you.
Not just this past year, but this is like a culmination, right, for a long time.
Yeah, Herbie, you've heard the different stages of all of these songs, I think, in the way that I've kind of had to piece them together over the last couple of years. And yeah, you've always been so supportive. And Herbie loves music. This man loves music. So I appreciate the conversations that we've got to have because I do as well. And like me learning about the music process, the questions you've asked me have helped me like kind of, that's a good question actually. Let me go ahead and see how this whole thing works. So you've made me better in this whole process. I appreciate the hell out of you. And thanks for staying up late. I know your old ass can't do that all the time, especially.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with
No, not easy.
how fresh that skin is fresh off the off season.
Yeah, he
you know,
looks 30.
Herbie's ready to go.
Hey! 6 weeks of not taking it. I told you about my back. I couldn't walk. I couldn't leave my house for 6 weeks. Last 3 days out in this freaking heat and humidity. Got out. By the way, yeah, like 2-3 miles, which, as you know, from where I was, ready
Okay,
to go. We're in mid-season form now.
Is this an announcement of what happened with your back? I don't think we've ever talked about it. Did you talk about it?
Well, yeah, I don't think I've talked about it. No, I had a AJ. I don't know if you've ever had lower back. I've never had really lower. I've had a few lower back things. Got an epidural, kind of good to go. Dude, I was out in Las Vegas for Kenny's opening night at the Sphere, and just went to breakfast with Allie. Well, got up from breakfast, couldn't walk, just locked up.
Wow.
Wheelchair. So I was on basically. Dr. Sills, who's the NFL, he's a neurosurgeon, NFL chief medical officer. He luckily lives in Nashville, and he and his team were trying to figure out, because I have so much degenerative stuff, and I have stenosis. I didn't know any of this. I didn't know any of these words, by the way, 6 weeks ago. And I couldn't get out of the bed or walk for 6 weeks. And a guy named Dr. Gardaki here in town did a non-invasive procedure, grabbed a bone spur that was kind of compressing my L5 nerve. So that took the that took the burning sensation out of my right leg. But dude, I had these just zingers in my kind of my upper quad and my upper glute, just couldn't walk. And so he went back in 2 weeks later and did kind of cleared some bone and some joint out to clear out the nerve, the L4 nerve. So I've been able to walk here for about a week now. So ready to roll now. So yeah, back out in the trails.
Hey, good to see Peter getting back out there because Peter was getting fat because you weren't out there walking him. I know that.
We got to get him ready to roll.
Yes,
He's ready now.
Certainly, but we can't have a lazy Peter. No, because Peter is
He's a unit.
He's a stallion.
Yeah.
You know, Peter is a stallion. His tongue, kind of lazy. His tongue is.
It is.
Tongue is a lazy tongue. Every other muscle.
By the way, we've not neutered him. This is breaking news.
So he's dumping.
His breeder contacted me and said, if we get him AKC registered, his heart, his hips, get all that cleared, she's like, if you want, we could consider breeding him.
I'll take one.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never even thought of that. That would
He'd
be
love
that.
AJ, yes.
Like a horse.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's a
Yeah.
stallion like
Yeah.
American Pharaoh.
Like Secretariat.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the
We're
way
gonna call him Peter North soon.
Good callback.
Nice.
You guys are a mess.
No, it sounds like it could.
Hey,
Yeah, all right.
big fella's ready to roll.
Yeah, I bet he's. I mean, this guy is about to know his worth, though, too. Hey, it seems like every time I do this, you get a new car. So let's make sure we're having a good time here on all sides of this. Shout out to
Yeah.
Peter. That's a damn good dog. I'm happy to hear that there's going to be more of him. We need that, obviously, in this world.
Yeah.
Dogs are a beautiful thing. A great.
How's
thing.
your dogs?
Great.
Yeah?
I mean, Yeah, the corgi, doing his thing. He just gets sunned every single day, but comes back for more with this blue healer Pyrenees.
Is Chuck still on this season of My 600-Pound Life, or is that?
All right. Forget the dog talk. Let's get Cooley, please. Rest in peace to Valerie, by the way. Shout out to her. She's,
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Literally one of the inspos to Pitbull and Mugshot, which leads Polarizing Figure. The first words on this album are rest in peace to the greatest dog of all time, Valerie. And,
By the way, last thing about the album, the record.
And
what I
dogs.
loved is the hopefully people are going to be able to not just enjoy the music, but really listen to the words. Because what I love is there's some really, we all listen to all these different albums, but I think what separates this is you got some great messaging out there. Like you really got some strong lyrics and sent some really good messages, I thought, that I think we can all relate to and enjoy. So I think it's good, important to enjoy the writing, really.
Thank you, Herbie. I appreciate that a
Yeah,
lot of you.
that's
for
not
that.
easy, by the way.
Well, and getting a chance to be around like the other writers, it is cool to kind of learn their processes and how it all goes about. That's obviously my favorite thing about it all. And already writing, already been writing, for.
Are you going to perform any of the songs today?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know about today. Should we do it? I don't think we should. We don't. This place.
That'd be sweet. That'd be cool.
That would be incredible.
But I think we should build up for the first
You want
live
to give it away for
performance.
free?
Yeah, I think we should build up.
Can you maybe do some on game day?
Oh, yeah, definitely do some on game day. But I want to do one at this place, Rathskeller, downtown
Oh,
Indianapolis.
yeah.
There's a place downtown Indianapolis called the Rathskeller. They do not know that we've already announced this. Okay, so we have not talked to anybody at this place about this. We are just kind of putting this out into the world. This is where we're going to be doing the first one. We'll let you know.
I haven't called him yet, but this is where we're going.
Oh, they're gonna love this.
Yeah,
There's lines in
they
the water,
are
actually.
I mean, hopefully, but there's been a lot of lines into the water all morning. Like, hey, can somebody get a hold of the guy? We know the guy down there. We think they're a great venue. So, Herbie, hopefully you'll come to this. But this will be the first live performance. We'll do the entire
Love it.
album. We'll be able to.
I'm in.
We'll be able to get the choir that was used for some of these songs, so good. I mean, just so incredibly talented. And then the people that play the music, would like to get them up there too, so they can absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. So we
A lot of people don't understand when it comes to recording that, like the band that we see that it's with Luke or whoever's out there. First, the artists that are in the studio doing it, it's not this. It's not like Kenny Chesney's band is in the studio recording. Like, it's a totally different band. And you kind of went through that process, right?
Yeah, the tracking. West Station is where I did a lot of mine at, and the talent from these people. I mean,
Insane.
It was disgusting. Gumpy was in it. I mean, I guess Gumpy was a right. We got this all documented. Obviously, going to make a whole documentary out of this entire thing at some point, and it was so cool how nice and how hospitable all they were. But all these musicians, huge sports fans, is what we learned. So they were excited to get in there, I think, with our stuff. And Gumpy, I said this earlier, but it was real. I think me telling them, like, hey, whatever the hell you guys think is the right play, let's go ahead and do that. It felt like we got to experience some magic from these dudes, Gumpy. Is this the last thing we say about this music album? That is currently available on Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah, I don't think they'd ever seen that one before, where they were like, you guys do what you want and we'll figure it out. Like they were like, this is fucking awesome. They're like, this is incredible.
Now, we have never done anything other than that, so we have no idea what is normal, what's not normal, but it did feel like there was a little extra juice in the air whenever it was like, hey, I'm not going to act like I know, okay? I would like it to be upbeat. I love that. If you need a banjo on this thing, need a fiddle, obviously, that's one of the... we like a guitar, and then we need a fiddle too.
Yep.
So obviously that whole thing. And Holman, Ilya, this entire crew, Ernest, thank you all. Congrats to these gentlemen.
Wow.
Preseason All-Pros right here, Herbie. We kind of broke down what we saw from last night. I don't know how many of the games you caught in real time. They were on multiple different platforms, obviously. This is who we named as the Preseason All-Pros. Just if you have any thoughts on any of the guys and expectations.
Well, you guys hit on Jeremiah Love, and I think all of us going into the draft when we were talking to folks, like, who's the one guy in this draft? I think it was almost pretty unanimous that everybody was like, who's going to get Jeremiah Love? The most electrifying player in the draft. My only concern is when you showed the highlights of him, I love the vision. I love the patience through the hole, and then the acceleration, the jump cut, just all that like natural stuff that he has. But he's such a determined runner that what I worry about is just I hope he's safe. I hope he's smart as he goes as an NFL player. I just hope he learns where to fight for those extra yards and when to just kind of, okay, I'm going to get down. And I'm not saying be soft. I'm just saying a couple of these runs, I'm like, oh, my God, watch the knee.
Yes.
And I just think he's going to have to learn that because he's such a competitor. But what he did last night doesn't make you go, hey, wow. It was kind of like this kid's a freak. And I agree with Ty. When he went to the black hole, the Cardinals, it's like, well, it was fun knowing him. Like, we'll never see him again. But you got Mike LaFleur, who's going to bring in. You got Nathaniel Hackett, who I know Ty's a big fan of. You got an offense that they're going to be able to work around with him to try to put him in space, whether it's catching the ball out of the backfield or just like this. You open it up get him to that second and third level and letting him do what he does naturally. So I'm excited to see him. Mendoza had some moments that I heard you talk about, kind of learning, getting under center, turning his back, on those play action, which is a big part, obviously, in the NFL with the run game and that play action game. I thought he played in rhythm. I think where he's going to learn is when he plays off schedule. He's going to have to either check it down or make quicker decisions, obviously, when he goes up to that level. At Indiana and in the Big Ten and even in the playoff, he was able to improvise. I think a lot of people were surprised, even in the national title, when he took off and had that clinching touchdown, that he had the legs to be able to do that. He's going to have to, again, just kind of learn how much faster things happen. That throw is
nasty.
In rhythm. You could say, well, if the ones were in there, he's not going to. Bullshit. I mean, that's a tight window. He felt it and got it out with one hitch. I mean, that's exceptional, really. I mean, those are the throws you got to make. You're not making those throws in college. That's an open window that he's going to have to get comfortable with, and he will. I think his setup with Cousins there, learn from him, sit back and watch, really couldn't have been more ideal for his development and coming along.
Not just Kirk, Tom Brady's there too, man.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah.
He's wearing sweet glasses and cool pants. Have we seen Tom Brady in public not looking cool since he retired? He looks cooler every time I see this.
That helmet on.
His outfits are cool, yes.
I saw him at a wedding. He looked awesome. He looked absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
I congratulate him on getting a chance to have that flag football game in America, because I think the only, maybe negative side of that was 27-hour trip, that a lot of people were having to sign up for, and everybody, was doing that. Instead, it ends up happening in Southern California. So I congratulate him for that, obviously. Didn't even get into, hey, you own the Raiders. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a pretty sweet thing. But
Probably the best watch collection, you think, in the United States?
well, J.J. Redick used to have it, and then J.J. Redick said, who does this benefit other than me? And then he said he sold them all. He said, you can't have your possessions possess you. Did you ever hear that? And I guess J.J. Redick got pretty obsessed with his watch collection. I just learned this on a podcast. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just learned it yesterday. Saw it in my algo. My algo was telling me, I think, hey, let's remember this.
I think Mr. Wonderful's got a good one.
Yeah, Mr. Wonderful's got a good watch collection. I think
I didn't. Huh.
There's a guy that we know, all of us, that we've gotten to meet through Entourage. I think he owns a couple watch companies. I think so. He has.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he has a couple.
Sure.
When are those coming here?
Well, I guess allegedly the companies that they go for, he's going for, they only have 70 a year. And
Sure.
It's $1 million.
Well, there's only 12 of us here.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's the watch guy with your crew right there? You or?
I mean,
I know AJ's not. He's an Ohio guy. He's not a watch guy.
my wife bought me this. So obviously I wear it. I don't know what it is. Anytime a watch person comes up to me, they go, ooh, the Dawn. And I go, yeah, that's right, man. That is right. But I have no idea. I have no idea about any of it.
That was never, when you grow up in Ohio, you don't even,
Yeah.
you don't really know anything about that.
I just saw a Honda Accord disappear from the bank account, and I thought I was getting robbed. And then I thought I was getting robbed. And then I go home, and this thing's waiting. It's okay, yeah, this is really nice. This is very nice. I do appreciate this. But then we just keep it. Okay, back to football. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Here we go.
I like that your Jeremiah Love take, though, was similar to what I was thinking as well. I was watching all those plays, and I'm like, man, there's grown men here now. We got some big dudes that are going to be on the other side of that. But I think that's what makes him so great. Christian McCaffrey had a similar type style where he was exploding into contact and choosing to take more collisions. And it's that just might be his thing. And if he can take it, he's going to be incredible to watch for the entire NFL. Okay, let's continue chit-chatting about more. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Herbie, I don't know if you got a chance to check out Mike McCarthy-led Pittsburgh Steelers. The offense looked good, very efficient. All their quarterbacks seem to play well. But I guess, what do you expect from them this season? And are you surprised, I guess, at all at how Aller, Will Howard, and all these boys played last night, including Mason Rudolph.
No, not at all. They got 4 guys there that, not just last night. I think a lot of people have high expectations for him, especially in Mike's system that's quarterback friendly. I think Will Howard's almost a forgotten commodity a little bit in Pittsburgh. Maybe not for AJU or me, because I think we're pretty obvious know what he's capable of doing. But I think it's going to be exciting. We all try not to overreact to any of these preseason games. The defenses aren't doing anything that they'll do week 1 in the regular season. But just fun. This kid out of Iowa, by the way, is a freak. And a lot of people don't know much about this kid. Most of his stuff in college was more as a returner. But this is cool to see Aaron, Mike reunited, back together, in Pittsburgh, having a chance to show us what they're going to be able to do. But yeah, all 4 guys, opportunity to play, get the ball out of their hands quickly, which is a big part of what Mike's system is. And I know Tone's excited to see what the Steelers are going to be able to do this year, I'm sure.
Yeah, certainly excited. Last night you got a lot of Yinzers excited, not only about this year, but the future, because if this is what these quarterbacks are doing in this offense, cannot wait to see what Aaron does in an offense that he potentially helps create in this entirety. And then also with DK and Pittman and Mount Washington and Freiermuth with his incredibly girthy.
Yeah, sure.
I think that's a good word.
Yeah.
Girthy hips to knees.
Dense.
Ham hocks.
They got to be fake. He's got to be getting BBLs in his quads, hamstrings, and his ass cheeks.
Maybe.
Cool.
Kirk, I've never been more whole. DK Metcalf and him walked up next to each other. That's my first time seeing DK in real life, too. So obviously you see DK, and it's like...
Different. That's a different person there.
And then he's just like, having a good time, ate 10 things of ice cream last night. It's like, good for you, DK. Good for you.
Yeah.
DK. You're unbelievable. He's awesome, by the way. DK is hilarious. I didn't know DK Metcalf was hilarious like that. I don't think we've ever done that. But it was hard not to just stare at what Freiermuth had going on. And then you look at the rest of the Steelers. Coming off the bus, the Steelers are like the Cowboys of old. And I know McCarthy used to be Dallas Cowboys coach, and I'm not trying to tie them together because I'm talking about pre-McCarthy. I'm talking about way back. The Dallas Cowboys getting off the bus used to just be a gigantic crew. That's what they are. That is what the Pittsburgh Steelers are at least looking for or becoming. There's a chance that big physical, especially with an offensive style that can attack, maybe the Steelers go,
Look out.
Bro, I think last time we talked about the AFC North and just how exciting of a division this is going to be this year. With Burrow's team healthy, they picked up a few pieces on the defensive side of the ball with Big Dex. Know what he can do. Jonathan Allen came over, almost a forgotten commodity out there on the inside as well. So their defense, which was a sieve last year, they should be a lot better. If you can keep Burrow upright, you think about the Bengals and the firepower they have. Of course, Baltimore is always going to be a factor, even though you got a new regime there and Jesse Mentor taking over, but Lamar's there. So I think it's going to be a blast to watch that division this year.
All of football is about to be amazing this year. Biggest, best year of all time for all of ball. Cannot wait. And maybe the Steelers do go on a run. And Tone, everything you were saying was like, yep. But you mentioned another guy there with Joey B being back in it. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Herbie, we always talk about the Bengals and their slow start, so I wanted to go back and see actually what it was since Zach Taylor.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
19, they started 0-11. That's a slow start.
Yeah.
20 was 0-2, 22 was 0-2, 23 was 0-2, 24 was 0-3. Last year they actually started 2-0, but it was an ugly win against the Browns and the Jags, but still 2-0 last year. Now they're playing guys in the preseason. They didn't look great last night. Joe Burrow did some good things. They did some bad things. But how do you feel about the Bengals and their slow starts and then deciding to now the last couple years play guys in preseason?
Well, I don't know if anybody, including the head coach, Zach Taylor, can really put his finger on it. He's emphasized it. I've talked with him about it. I mean, it's been a huge emphasis with some of the veterans. It's almost like it's become a mental thing where you get into a rut. You're trying so hard. Sometimes you press a bit when you're trying so hard to do some things. I think it's really about just trying to stay healthy. And I think a lot of these players that were younger 3 or 4 years ago are now veterans. They've been around. They understand the importance of coming together, working not just in camp, like you said, maybe getting some more action in the actual preseason games, try to get their rhythm established. It's not like you said last night they looked great, but this offense, I think, is going to be fine. The real issue has been with the Bengals has always been about 2 areas. It's been the defense and being consistent. Really haven't had a great defense since that Super Bowl run in 21. And then the other thing is the offensive line. do they have a cohesive unit that can stay healthy and hold right here? Can they keep him upright? Can they take care of him? Can they establish a run to take some of the pressure off of him? You watch sometimes these Bengals, and it's like pass because they can't establish the run game with the offensive line. So the offensive line is a big key. And then the moves that they made on the defensive line and the back end at safety, can they become a more consistent bunch? That would help them, I think. I haven't looked at the schedule to see how they start and who the teams are, but I know with Zach, I know it's always been a priority. They just haven't been able to get it going.
Yeah. Talk about the second biggest sport in the United States of America. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Herbie, good to see you. Your hat right there says Texas across the front, and I am just a blind faith believer in Arch Manning. But then every single time I go on, some sort of account on X or Instagram, I'm seeing that
they're dying to hate him.
They're dying to hate him. All I see is that he's the most overrated player in the history of college football. Where do you stand on that? Should I just have blind faith that he is going to be the number 1 overall pick and Texas is going to make a run at the whole damn thing? Or what is kind of your entire viewpoint of Texas football and specifically Arch Manning, the quarterback?
Well, it's like round 2, right? I mean, I think the experience of this last year without playing a whole lot of ball and then being thrust into that spotlight and the expectations that came with that last name. And then he has that performance in Columbus and everybody's like, oh, he's terrible. I knew it all. It's just, unfortunately, that's why Cooper, his dad, and his entire family, they tried throughout the recruiting process. And even when he was a backup, they just tried to please, he hasn't earned anything. Don't talk about it. They did everything they could. But then once he went out there, it was what it was. And I personally think what he went through a year ago will not only benefit him this year, because now he's kind of experienced all that hate, even though he didn't deserve it, didn't ask for it. But I think it's going to really benefit him in the long run in the NFL, because a lot of these guys that leave college, they don't go through this. They don't go through that adversity. They're superstars, and they go up to the NFL, and all of a sudden, boom, they have to deal with it. And a lot of them freak out about it. Boy, Arch Manning dealt with more than I've ever seen a college quarterback deal with in just that first year. So you come back round 2, a little bit more weather.
They told him to throw that high.
Huh?
They told him to throw that ball high in the drill. I watched this video last night.
I'm with you. Honestly, I think, Connor, that he's got a chance. And I think with Sark, knowing now what he does well, where he's still kind of growing, the pieces around him, they got Ohio State early. I mean, you're talking about a massive game for both of those teams, just like it was last year. And they brought the kid over from Auburn, who's just an absolute. He's the closest thing to probably like a George Pickens in the NFL that I think we have in the college game. Those two are gonna have a big year. I think the kid's experience last year, the hate that he dealt with, I'd be shocked if he and Texas don't have a big year. I'm with you.
I cannot wait for the college football season to get started. Obviously, we kick things off down in Baton Rouge with Lane Kiffin and LSU hosting Clemson. Cannot wait to get back on the road. We're coming up on a hard out here in about 2 minutes, but we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up a huge night last night.
Yeah, Herbie, just curious on your thoughts on the Field of Dreams game. Saw you tweeted about it, and as I was watching it, I was just thinking, man, this is something just tugging at Kirk Herbstreit's heartstrings. I knew you'd love it. Did you watch much of it, and just what'd you think overall?
I wish we had more games there. Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I think it's the fact we only get one, it does make it special. And there's just something about when those legends come out, that's powerful. Like if you're a baseball guy, like you grew up loving this sport, and you see, I love the movie, and to see those guys, look at that. Look at the fence, the corn. It's just perfect.
Yeah, that would have been a great photo for that guy to have for the rest of his life.
Yeah. Rest of his life.
Robbing a home run in front of the corn, Mountain Dew right there.
Mountain Dew, right? Yeah.
Instead, you kind of, boom, you knock it over for Kyle Schwarber to have a 2-home run night into the corn. Good for Schwarber, by the way. Ohio guy, Midwestern guy.
Oh, my God.
Having a night in the corn like that. Obviously, baseball royalty at this point. So good for you getting back into baseball a little bit, Kirk, because we know you quit the game.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he stood up, too. Good. I like to see that back. And
all right. This is Joe Morgan.
Looks good.
And that's Johnny Bench. You ever heard of those two guys?
Mm-hmm.
The damn. Can you see it?
Yeah, there it is. That's better. Yeah, we can. That's sick.
Now we got it.
See, I'm just telling you guys, like, when you grow up with that,
yeah, it's just
I'll tell you what, though. Listen, the Reds got in a fight. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen from this era Reds team.
Okay.
They showed a little bit of fight
Sal
last
Stu.
night.
Yeah.
Which
Throwing at Sal's head.
They came in on your guy, Sal Stewart, twice.
Yeah.
Hit him in the helmet on the second. So
Can't be doing that.
Huh?
Can't be beating
No.
Sal
You don't
Stewart
go-
in the head. Not in
You don't go
Cincinnati.
95 at the Dome. Like that one, he kind of looked at him like, bro, what, we good here? Like, what's going on? Look at Sal Stewart's face like, yeesh, what's going on here? Very next pitch. Hits him right in the head.
All right, we're out of here, Kirk. You're the man. Hour 2 on the other side. Goodbye.